This is Kindledsong Podcast, the history and evolution of gospel music in Nigeria. Gospel music in Nigeria dates back to the 16th century. At this time, the Portuguese Catholic missionaries arrived present-day Nigeria for their evangelical mission, and with their arrival came the introduction of liturgical music. This music was often unaccompanied and contained very limited tunes, so it did not fare well with the people. What would, however, form the basis of what we now know today as Nigerian gospel music began to take form until the 19th century. The coming of the UK-based Church Missionary Society, CMS, created widespread evangelism across Nigeria, and choral music was introduced. Not long after, a Nigerian version was born out of a style and rhythm that was unique to the rich culture of its indigenous listeners, pioneered by Reverend Josiah J. Ransome-Kuti, grandfather of fella Ransome-Kuti, who, as church organist of the street, fused choral music with Yoruba and new rhythmic structures. A total of 43 tracks were recorded when Reverend Ransome-Kuti was invited to the United Kingdom in 1922 to record an album for his compositions. Some of these recordings became standards, such as Egbe Ewan Ongeli, Oyiji Yiji Olorinwa, Yezu Oba Alanu. Today, Ransome-Kuti is regarded as the father of Nigerian gospel music and is credited as the first Nigerian to record an album. In the same vein, chorister and composer Ikoli Harcourt Whyte was the first person to create choral music in Igbo language in the 1930s. By the 50s and 60s, the trend of incorporating traditional music forms with choral music quickly grew in popularity and spread wide across Nigeria. Soon enough, traditional instruments began being implemented, and it didn't stop there. Gospel music artists continued to evolve the genre through the decades, from the folk and country-inspired Keras band of the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, the 70s, to Chris Okothie's pop-to-gospel conversion, the 80s. Then, with the rise of a new generation of American 90s gospel stars, Kirk Franklin, the Winans, Nigerian gospel music set itself on a new course. Modeling their music after the American legends, the emergence of Nigerian gospel artists such as Okposo, Tope Alabi, and Broda Martyns spread the gospel beyond the congregation. From there, Nigerian gospel music gained listenership outside the church and began establishing itself as a crucial part of the Nigerian music industry at large. In 2014, former Destiny's Child member Michelle Williams sampled popular Nigerian praise song, When Jesus Say Yes, on her single Say Yes, which featured other former Destiny's Child members, Beyonce Knowles and Kelly Rowland. Williams' single was eventually ranked amongst the biggest gospel singles of the past decade by Billboard. Sinak's single in 2015, Waymaker, spent 7 weeks at #1 on Billboard's Christian Songwriters chart, with over 120 million streams across different streaming platforms in the month of May 2019 to 2020. This came along after the song was covered by international gospel stars, such as Bethel Music, Michael W. Smith, Mandisa, Leland, Christofari, Mandisa, and Passion Worship Band. Subscribe to Kindledsong YouTube channel for our podcast. Listen to songs by Kindledsong on all streaming platforms and follow Kindledsong on all our social media platforms to get updates.